Hi Equals, it's Kim back with another in my series about how do straight people answer sexual orientation, gender identity, and for today, gender expression questions. So I will link the last two, which was sexual orientation and then before that gender identity, here in the next minute or so. And if you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up. I'd love to have you subscribe. The more subscribers I have, the more that my message gets out, and I'd love you to help me out that way. Today's question: you're a straight cisgender person and you've just been asked about your gender expression. What the heck does that mean, and how do I answer that question? And why are you asking me? Do you think there's something strange about my gender expression? Do I look gay? That's often sometimes the response that straight folks have, and maybe purely as implicit bias. They may not actually say it out loud. So let's take a look at it. So gender expression really is your performance of gender. So like, I wear really short hair, so I don't have hair that is stereotypically female. However, I have a necklace and earrings on, and I have makeup on, and that is stereotypically female. Wearing a blazer. There was a time when blazers like this would have been stereotypically masculine. That's not so anymore. Oh look, I'm wearing pants. And there was a time when wearing pants would not have been stereotypically female either. Now, I find it really interesting that as a society, we don't have a problem with women appropriating masculine gender expression. Shorter haircuts, the clothing, shoes, pants, the whole bit. As a society, Western culture at least does not seem to have a problem with women appropriating traditionally masculine gender expression. So why do you think we have such a problem as a society in men appropriating female gender expression? Now, to some extent, longer hair has become more acceptable. Earrings, to some extent, have also become more acceptable. I'm old enough to remember when wearing a pink shirt and having an earring in the wrong ear said something about you, and most heterosexual cisgender men would have avoided it like the plague. Those things have evolved over time, but, you know, with the exception of kilts, really, men are not allowed to wear dresses. Why? Why is that a problem? I'd love to hear your comments below as to you think why that's a problem. And the reason I say that is because those with whom I disagree, when they are talking about transgender people and this wrong-headed notion that transgender people are somehow a danger, particularly to women and children in gendered spaces, they often will say, a man in a dress, a man in a dress, this is a man in a dress. So what? Why is that scarier than a woman in pants? It's a woman in pants, it's a woman in pants, that should be just as scary. This is just something I don't understand, why that's an effective message. It's a man in a dress. Men should be able to wear dresses. Women should be able to wear pants. Men should be able to wear makeup. Men should be able to wear earrings. Men should be able to wear long hair. They should be able to put barrettes in their hair. Why does it matter? It's gender performance. It's the performance of either the gender you actually were assigned at birth or the gender to which, you know, you feel that day. Long hair, short hair, masculine clothes, feminine clothes. Really, does it matter? All right, so back to, now that I've gone off in a rant, back to the original question. If you were asked a question about your gender expression, whoever's asking the question, and likely it's a survey, what they're trying to get at is whether you are gender nonconforming or not. This could be because you're transgender, might just be because you're gender nonconforming and that you are not transgender. But they're likely trying to discover, are you a gender nonconforming person? So they will combine your answer of, what is your sex, which really they should be asking, what was your sex assigned at birth? And my next video will talk more specifically about exactly what these kinds of questions look like. But they're going to be looking for, does the way you express your gender differ than the sex or gender you were assigned at birth? And that way they can determine whether you might be a gender nonconforming person. If you are straight, cisgender, and you perform your gender in the traditional manner consistent with the sex or gender you were assigned at birth, you are gender conforming. So that would be one way to answer it. If you are female, you would say you're feminine. If you're male, you'd say you were masculine. If somebody asks you about your gender expression, just answer the question. If you are traditional, then, traditionally feminine or traditionally masculine, just answer it. They don't mean anything by the question. They're just asking. All right, folks. This is my video on gender expression for straight folks. My next video will be on what are the subtleties of those questions that could throw you when looking at answering what I call SOGIE data collection. So SOGIE is sexual orientation, gender identity, and expression. Remember, we all have sexual orientation, we all have a gender identity, we all have gender expression. I'm just trying to help folks, particularly straight folks, figure out how to answer those questions. Anyway, don't forget to hit the red subscribe button. You can hit the little bell symbol to be notified every time I put up a new video. And I hope you have a great weekend.